All right, we're taking a breakaboo. So where's the knowledge? I need the knowledge. Amnesia? Can't believe my lawyer's trying to defend me in such a state. Why didn't you tell me, sir? I'm sorry, I didn't mention it to you. Oh, I know what to do. And I heard you could fix something like this with a really strong shock to your system. Come on, lower your head a little. A Maggie kick should be all you need. No. I'll pass on this one. Come on. I'm sorry. Whenever I see someone in trouble, I have a hard time leaving them alone. I tend to stick my nose where it doesn't belong and try to tackle everyone's problems. Well, my head's one problem you won't be tackling today. We're here to solve your problem first. We can deal with mine later. For now, do you think you could fill me in on a few things? Hallelujah! I'd be honored to. Well, I guess we'll start with my name, and then I can tell you about me and whatnot. No, that's okay, really. I think I know you and your name pretty well by now. I was wondering if you could help me figure out a few things about myself. So, my name is Phoenix Wright. What a weird name. It's like I'm some kind of weird pun. What am I, a bird? A bird pun? This is serious, you really don't remember. I'll tell you what, sir. You can have this back, and maybe it'll help. This is a business card. I got this from you. It's my most prized possession. You can borrow it for now, but please give it back, okay? Okay. There's some numbers written on the back. Oh, that's your cell phone number. Okay. I hand-wrote my cell phone number on the back. I guess for now, we should stop talking about me and start talking about this case. This case? Yep. Can you think of anything that would be helpful for me to know? Like, for example, if you didn't kill this person, did you see the person who did? Were you not in the area at all? What am I working with here? What can I tell you? I can't think of anything other than the incident with that cell phone, but... Cell phone? Yeah, your eyes lit up when we talked about it at the detention center, sir. Hurry up and tell me! Tell me! This might be very important. Okay. Roger. Tell me about a cellular phone. It was on the day of the crime, just before 6 p.m. I picked up a lost cell phone while on a walk with Dustin. Hey, the Badger! Okay, also can't help but notice, Oh! He was holding that before, which means we're holding in the... Okay. That might not be Phoenix's phone. It might be someone else's. All of a sudden, the phone began to ring. Beep. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. The person on the other end of that phone was the moiterer. We agreed to meet up at 6 p.m. Justin and I waited for the person to show up, but they never did. Huh. So where is the phone you found now? I gave it to you yesterday. To me? Is it that phone in my pocket? Is that why it's okay, that's why it's listed as having ambiguous origins. Okay, well then it's pretty clear the dude who slammed me in the back of the head with a fire extinguisher is probably the guy who killed the cop. And this is his phone. But why did he feel the need to moida? You mean this? Do you think it has anything to do with the murder? I don't really know. But if my eyes lit up... Ah! You were here all along! Wow! Oh, hey, you're back! You're so mean! I called you a million times, but you wouldn't pick up. When I went to check in the courtroom, everyone had already left. I see you're back from your training. It's nice to see you. Ah! Now who in the heck is this? Let me guess. I'm supposed to know this girl, too. Hey, good morning, Maggie. Ahoy! And a good morning to you, too, Maya. So, how's it going? Is there a word for worse than abysmal? Huh? And what if I said that everything will be fine? That's right, it's Maya to the rescue with the ultra-decisive, super important evidence. Here you are, Nick, the thing you wanted me to bring. Eh? Oh, thanks. What the heck is this, a list? It has about 20 people's names and phone numbers written on it. It was kind of tough, but I managed to dig up some dirt. Looks like these guys are up to no good. No good? As in, there's a group of con artists the police are currently investigating. And I think these guys are members of that group. And I'm guessing that these are phone numbers that were last tracked to this phone. which belongs to the person, and then boom, that guy saw that it was a cop, and he decided, I'm gonna use my murder. Boom, we have motive. A list of unfamiliar names and phone numbers. Members of a con artists group? Why would a group of con artists pop up in a case like this? Don't look at me! Huh. Where did you get this list from in the first place? What? Don't you remember, Nick? You're the one who asked me to look this up yesterday. Oh man, with amnesia, he's gonna be really confused by being called Nick. Oh, is that right? These numbers were in the memory of that phone Maggie found. So that's where they're from. You're awfully forgetful these days, Nick. I hope I never get to be as a forgetful old prune like you. Not that old! Maya, actually, Mr. Wright is... Mr. Wright, recess is now over. I am done with playtime. Please bring the defendant and return to the courtroom immediately. Oh, oops. Guess you have to get going. We can talk about what you being old later, Nick. Bruh. Wish us luck. I guess I have all the pieces now, more or less. All that's left is to put it all together. I'm not going to lose this. I can't. Come on, Nick. Better get a move on. Yeah. Why do you keep calling me that? I thought my name was Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Here's the district court, room number 2. Hey. Oh, I actually have Maya now. Cool. Court will now reconvene. Please call your next witness to the stand, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. But before I do, if I may say a few words. What is it, Mr. Payne? If you waste our time, I'll slap you silly. It's about the next It's about the next witness. He has a tendency to say things that rub people the wrong way, you see. So I guess the court might be a little lenient. There's no need to give a preface. Just hurry up and call your witness, please. Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution calls its next witness a drifter who was taking a walk in the park on the day of the murder. Yep, that's the guy who hit me. That's a double crime. Please state your name for the court witness. Before I do, I'd like to clarify a little something. Oh, all right, go ahead. Just now, you introduced my wonderful self to the court, correct? Perhaps as a drifter who was taking a walk? Did I? But I will not stand for that. Now you've tinted the court's eyes and colored me wrongly. Sure, I suppose calling me but given just settle would be evil as death, everything in my life to be the most highest top card. Well, you understand, I am a mere product looking for the perfect top unbeatable university. I have a righteous selection process. Woo! Yes, I understand. I'm very sorry. I will be more careful from now on. What is he, a human chatterbox? Ugh. I have to question him. And his dumb hair. Fashion, cars, women, glasses, and of course, university! First rates only need apply. Interesting that you bring up glasses. Glasses? But you aren't wearing glasses. Or were you? Hello. That's enough. Your name, witness. Oh? Is that how you want to play this? Using your power and influence to keep the young people down? I see how you work now. You old people and your dirty tricks. You thought you had me, but you thought wrong. I'm sorry? It won't happen again? Oh, man. I forgive you. All right, I suppose I can tell you my name. I am Richard Wellington, the drifting virtuoso with a PhD in drifting, as it were. If you wanted to, you could call me a university student in transit. Mr. Wellington. Like the beef Wellington? On the day of the murder, you were strolling through the park, correct? It would appear that you are attached to that word. If you must, then by all means. But I remind you that I am in no way a prepubescent boy, or out on a work with me. If you must know I am anyway, please testify to this court when you saw during your walk through the park. So you said it again. Taking a walk. You shut your gabba. What you witnessed will do, Mr. Wellington. Good lordy, Lou. This dude likes to talk. I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above, right in front of my eyes. Without a thought, I looked up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Of course, I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant there. That's harassment! The only thing that I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer. Are we just gonna sidestep the banana? Decisive? Nick, did you hear what he just said? Yeah. That's all you have to say? How can you be so calm? It's strange. My mind is very calm and clear. Maybe it's because I believe in my client. You mean Maggie? Yeah. If she really is innocent, then that can only mean one thing. That guy is lying. For example, are we gonna talk about the banana? Cause, that looks like bananas. And if those are your glasses, then that means you were nearsighted, which means you can't see far away. So without your glasses, I suppose this object, if you made it really blurry, would seem like a big pile of bananas. Bing, bang, boom, suck it to the moon. I'll find out the truth no matter how well you craft your lies. Like lens crafters. Glasses reference! Okay, that's all well and good, and, you know, I see all that great stuff and everything, but do you think you could tell me about the frickin' banana? The banana? Well, it was actually more than just one. More like a bunch of bananas? Now, what would be a bunch of bananas be doing here there? And why would I know such a thing? I'm only telling you what I saw. That's really strange. Maggie never mentioned anything about a bunch of bananas. That's it, Nick. He's gotta be lying about the bananas. He could be, but there's no reason for him to lie about there being bananas at the crime scene. And what if it's not a lie? Well, maybe he thought he was seeing one thing and it was something else. If he mistook something else for a bunch of bananas, then that would be an inaccuracy, which is like a lie, but not quite. Yes, that makes much sense. Think, Phoenix, think. If my client is innocent, there's no way he could have seen what he says he did. Which means if we can somehow show he's lying. Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. She's right. She's got a sharp mind. Just wish I knew who the hell she was. Is everything okay, Nick? Nay. Okay, all right. So, if my theory is correct, if I were to present this to you right now, you wouldn't be able to tell that it was a glove. So let's just figure that out, why don't we? Mr. Wellington, I believe I have the bananas you saw right here. Ah, so you knew about the bananas too. Why didn't you say so earlier? And a 3, and a 2, and a 1. But don't think you can use this as a way to pull more information out of me. And that's where you'd be wrong. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Isn't that the baseball glove? Huh? What? A baseball glove? Why is a baseball glove bright yellow? Doesn't it look delicious? Care for a bite, you nerd? That's not... It's a no! Your Honor, I think this proves one very important fact. This witness is stupid as hell. No, loves bananas, knows nothing about baseball, has bad eyesight. By the way, just how bad are your eyes? Huh? What? Why are you asking me this all of a sudden? Your Honor, it's very simple to mistake a glove for a bunch of bananas. No, I don't think so. Objection overruled. Thank God, that was weak. You're one of those people. Yes, you know what I mean. You're like those people. Oh, Galileo used to the worldview possibilities in the end. Whoa, it's a glove. They're not gloves and bananas, but if you view them from afar, maybe they are bananas. Who knows? And that's why I asked you how bad your eyesight is. They're both 2200. I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right? Yes, actually, that is incredibly bad. Why are you not wearing your glasses today, then? Could it be because they are smashy-smashied? That's because I lost them recently, you see. Of course, I was planning on getting a new pair made right away, but you know my glasses are no ordinary glasses, so to replace them... How about when you witnessed the crime? Were you wearing your glasses then? Because I can't help but notice that if you saw some bananas all falling over, well, how about it, witness? You are an unrelenting evil man. Hey, you're the one who murdered somebody. Doing anything wrong, still gruesomely burned at the stake. Shut your face! Which boils down to you were not wearing your glasses at the time. Therefore, the identity of the woman at the scene of the crime and that of the defendant cannot be proven to be the same by this witness. Morgan! What's your objection, nerd? But the height difference was only 9 feet. It was very possible for him to see the face of the culprit standing out in the upper path. Yeah, but if his eyes were so bad that he thought that a glove was bananas, come on now. Please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember, a person's life is at stake. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, please continue with your testimony. Please tell the court what happened next in the moments after you witnessed the crime. I will find the lies. The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:45 p.m. when I made the call. Interesting. Might I ask you, good sir, if he died at 6:28 p.m., and I'm talking on the diggity dot, and you were there to see the plop and the bananas fall, as it were. Ain't that an interesting amount of time difference? I can't help but wonder. They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes. Oh, that makes it even differenter. So the person who was on the upper path saw you and then ran away. Yes, that is correct. Which is why even someone without a superior brain like mine can understand that. That girl is the murderer. Oh, it's true. You may now question the witness with your pointy words. Okay. I would like to know why you, let's see. 6:45 p.m. you say. Okay. What were you doing for, 17 minutes exactly? Why did it take you so long to call the cops? Mr. Wellington, would you please take a look at this? You mean the victim's autopsy report? According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28 p.m. So what of it? You said that you called the police immediately after the murder took place. However, by the time you had called the police, it was already 6:45 p.m. Okay, well, it's a 17-minute gap, but let's not argue semantics. Do you deny it? Naggin! I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during this 15-minute gap, because that's not unsubstantial. The witness was in shock at the time after witnessing a terrible murder. Okay, I could perhaps forgive that if the time difference were 3 minutes, 5 minutes, dare I say, maybe even 7. But he just sat there gobsmacked for 15? It's only to be expected that he would be a little dazed. Shut your butt, you nerd! 15 minutes is hardly what I would call a little dazed. So unless he completely fell unconscious, in which case his memory would be messed up anyway. Okay, Ryan! Mr. Wellington? Yes? Explain yourself. What were you doing during those 15 minutes? Answer the question. Telephone. I mean, spit it out, you nerd! I was searching for a phone booth. A phone booth? What are you? The Doctor? Bill and Ted? Superman? I don't think so. You're a dude with a weird haircut. You mean you don't have a cell phone? In this day and age? What are you, some sort of not real hipster? Because, I mean, you seem to, you know, oh, I got top of the line every ding, 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 thing. So you're saying you ain't got no phone? Or is it because I'm holding your phone right here? You and your questions, as if you're trying to open all the layers of a Matryoshka doll? Is that like a Russian, the Russian one? Oh, he's going. Witness? I lost my cell phone. There, are you happy? You lost it? Interesting. Unbelievable! You lose your glasses and your cell phone? What are you, some sort of clumsy doofus? You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings. What? Are you saying that first-rate people are never allowed to lose things? Have you ever heard that all geniuses have a strange quirk or two? Plain people, stuff, words, science, word salad. Oh man, oh man. Wait, hold on a second. He lost his cell phone. Heck, that cell phone. Could it be? You mean this phone that Maggie found? There's no way. Well, that would explain why he showed up eventually. This all makes sense. And if he was trying to frame the lady, because here's the thing. Saw a cop, killed a cop, knew the cop was with another lady, didn't know the lady was a cop. But she did answer the phone when it got called. And said that, yo, you could call me Maggie, which means he just kind of guessed the spelling. Well, how about that? Mr. Wellington, where is your cell phone right now? Hinger-dinger-durgan. What are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my phone, I'll have you know. See? There it is. Oh, I see. Huh. Looks like he got his phone. And I thought that just maybe that was his. Or... No. Hang on a second. I think I know the answer to this. So 2 completely identical phones? Now, I admit it's rather strange to consider the idea that 2 people would have the exact same model and make of phone, but seeing as how we've established that you have bad eyesight, and the fact that you felt the need to attack Phoenix Wright with a fire extinguisher outside of things beforehand, because I think the cell phone might be the answer to this entire case all at the same time, it's possible, in fact I dare say perhaps even probable, that you tried to steal your phone back from Phoenix and instead took his actual phone. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have a cell phone because he had lost it. Therefore, the delay in his call was caused by a search for a phone booth. I don't know how I'm going to prove my theory, or if my theory is correct, but otherwise, why would he attack the lawyer? Well, that's the gist of it. I guess you could put it that way and leave it at that. Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright? Oh, I do indeed. I ain't done. Your Honor, the witness's testimony does not make any sense. I don't believe that there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone. How dare you? Actually, maybe I should actually take a... Can I look at this? No, I can. Can I look at that? No. All right, well, let's just roll with it. You can't just make outrageous claims like that. You do have some sort of proof, don't you? Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be good enough, I think. All right, let's have this proof then. Please present proof that the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth. Do I show the phone or the names list? I'm guessing it is this! It's very simple. This is the evidence that backs up my claim. If, you know, eyes lighten up and all that good stuff. And yet again, you have presented this course with an obtuse, meaningless item. Huh? It's obtuse and meaningless. I don't get you at all, Nick. Why do you think he wouldn't need to look for a phone in the first place? That's because I was looking at the evidence and it just hit me. I thought, hey, he really didn't have to look for a phone. Then why don't you hurry up and present the evidence? Okay, I guess I got it wrong. Let's have this proof then. Okay. It's very simple. This is the evidence that backs up my claim. And yet again, I have messed it up. Okay, cool. At least I'm not getting any penalties. It's neither of the items. Oh! Freaking duh! I am sorry. I was so focused on the clock and the dead guy. Oh my god, I am a dummy. I don't really want to check it again. I want to... There we go. Please don't hold that one too much against me. It's quite simple, actually. Please take a look at this. At the crime scene photo. Is there a problem with it? Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture. But if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, something is wrong with you! No! It's a phone booth! That is correct. All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Interesting. Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone that was in front of you? Rockin' Robin! Did I just say Rockin' Robin? Order! What? What does reporting the crime a little late prove for the defense? A whole dang lot, mister! The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That is reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony. Yeah, this is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness? Then I bet this phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Dustin to get his phone back. But Maggie said that she was going to return it to him. So there was no reason for him to kill him for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone she found anyway. Nay. Or I do, and he took Phoenix's. But that's besides the point. But if he wasn't looking for his cell phone, maybe he was looking for something else. Was he? Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any thoughts you would like to share with the court? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing during those 15 minutes? I'm gonna say that I do. Well, there's only one possible explanation. All right, let's hear your explanation. However, be forewarned that if your explanation is not persuasive, you will be penalized. Think carefully before you present, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I probably shouldn't have said there was only one possibility. At least I got a lot of tries. Okay, the one piece of evidence that will answer the following. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? I think that this can be used to help prove the idea that he perhaps maneuvered the victim's finger to spell out the word. But was he spending 15 minutes writing the name down? I mean, I suppose it would make some sense. This feels like the best answer. The music didn't stop, I got it wrong. Yeah, okay, yeah, get penalized. All right, okay, I'm feeling stupid. Why didn't he call right away? Is now the time to present the phone? Nope. I can figure things out, I just can't figure out the sequence of events I need to take in order to properly show them to the court. Why is that so hard? Maybe he was looking for his crushed glasses? Oh, there we go, okay. The glasses got took, he looked, and he was looking, 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 and he couldn't find it. What? Don't do that, you almost gave me a heart attack. These are your glasses, aren't they? Ah! Where did you find? Ah! I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. That these glasses are in fact yours. That makes sense, man. Even when I think things out, I still don't think things out. I'll tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. The glasses were found under the victim's body. Under the victim's body? Isn't that interesting? Order. Wait a second, hold on. I didn't confess or confirm anything. Or did you? Your Honor, I think the answer is quite clear here. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses, as has been stated. The culprit knew that he had to find his glasses and search frantically for them. What he didn't realize was that they were under the victim's body, and he wasn't about to go and root around that corpse. And that is why it took him 15 minutes to make that call. Mr. Wright, are you indicating the witness as the real murderer? Of course, that is precisely what I'm doing. Do you not see my confident hands on hips? That was very close to a Goofy yell. I'm proud of myself for that. I know I'm right. He's the real murderer. Did you figure it out, Nick? More or less. I may not have the perfect sequence of events down, but I have the entire story figured out. If I could just jump into the game and make my case verbally, as I've already found everything out. It's like, I got all these things, right? And I can connect them all to the thing, and I can put the story together. It's figuring out when to present what. That's the problem. Anyway, now's our chance to deep six this guy. I'll sink him in one shot. Yeah! This is exciting, watching you work again. Somehow, my old self is coming back to me. It's time to sink or swim. It's time to dance or die. It's time to water polo or croquet. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Order! Order! What you objected? Your Honor, the defense! The defense is making a mockery of this court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being the murderer. Yeah, that's right. I'm no criminal. This third-rate fraud of a lawyer. In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanation to why you are not the murderer. What? That's easy. For example, there's the name the victim wrote. What about that? Oh, you mean the name Maggie? Yeah, even like you can read that, right? But we already know this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie. It's spelled with an EY, and the victim was left-handed. Of course, a casual walker by wouldn't know either of those facts. In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground. You just assumed he was right-handed because most people are, and you assumed the spelling of the defendant's name and got it wrong. Wouldn't that mean that the real criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would the person know her name was Maggie or Maggie? That is a good point. The witness didn't even know of Miss Bride before this trial. Ah! You say that. Was there any way this creep could have known Maggie's name beforehand? Oh, there was a way. It would be best if I could prove that the witness had a chance to learn that the defendant's name was Maggie. Now, will the defense please present its case with this telephone? Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? So what if I didn't? When you realized you had lost it, what did you do? What did I do? Didn't you try to find it by calling it? Why, how did you? Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with. Shut your butt, mister. I'm listening to a pro at work. Mr. Wright, where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there is some relation between the witness's cell phone and the murder? It's the crux. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bride picked up a lost phone in the park. And she also received a phone call from the owner of the phone. Ain't that interesting? And it's got a pretentious ringtone. Beep boop. Yep, thank you. Been looking for my phone. Where is it? Oh, is it yours? Oh, I'll give it back to you. I'll be right there. What's your name? Oh, you can call me Maggie. Bada bing, bada boom. That was when you learned that her name was Maggie. Of course, just by hearing it, you didn't actually know how to spell it. But you made one fatal mistake. Fatal mistake? My client's name is Maggie, but the name that was written on the ground was Maggie. That is a mistake that could only occur if all you knew was how her name sounded. Order! Order! Your Honor, the witness has no motive. And your point is? It's very simple, Your Honor. A person, usually, would not kill someone without a reason. Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone. That is absolutely correct. I don't have a motive. Your Honor, can you explain what motive the witness could have had? Well, it's very simple, Your Honor. Are you sure, Nick? If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right? Yeah, but... Then knock, knock, knock on the door. Please present this evidence. Super case solving evidence! Mr. Wellington's motive is right here. What is this? A list? A grocery list? You need to buy eggs? These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found. And we've determined that the people on the list are members of a certain group. You might even call them a Blue Man group. You looked up all those numbers? Of course, I'm a lawyer. This list of phone numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artists group. Interesting. Con artists? Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington? This is an outrage, an invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is a worse crime than murder. No, it's not. You're one of those people. You're just making things up. Shut up! I'm talking. I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want is for you to tell us what this list is about. Think any of you know what it's like to be a refined man such as me? This is unjustifiable badgering of the witness. Objection overruled. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have the numbers group of con artists on his phone? Der to the her to the gur. He's a member of said group, and he thought he got caught. And so he murdered the police officer in an attempt to not get caught. So that was pretty dumb of him. Then again, if that's the case, then if he didn't report the crime and he just ran off, wouldn't he have gotten away with it? I guess someone else might have seen him run off, but still, interesting. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group. All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on the phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it'd be all over for you. Ain't that something? That is why you had to kill. You saw the guy, you saw the police officer, had your phone. The phone is gonna do the thing. Bada bing, bada boom. The victim was really just kind of a tragic bystander in that. If only he didn't wear his uniform moments after leaving work. No, this is too much. That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain? I got you now. The police officer. Your Honor! What is it, Mr. Payne? Your Honor, this is unjustifiable badgering of the witness. Yeah, you already said that, and it didn't work once. You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago. Please let's think about the content of that phone call. If we must. Beep. Hello. Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. The defendant had already promised that she would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Mrs. Bride to get his phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone? That is a valid point. What does the defense think about this? If you think about it logically, then it makes sense. Then maybe we should be thinking outside the box. Jack in the box. Yeah. If we think like that, then, let's see. Could it be? Maybe that slimeball saw something at the crime scene that made him commit murder. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner. Except, here's the thing. I accidentally inhaled a little bit of my spit, and that's not good. But he was promised his phone! So why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant? I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there. Well then, Mr. Wright, what was this something that didn't agree with the witness? Well, I'm guessing he saw the guy still in a police uniform. What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim. The victim? You mean Dustin Prince? Dustin Prince had gone on his date right after his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform. Oh. Bing, bang, boom, and she wasn't wearing it. That girl that picked up my phone is with a policeman. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. It's true, he had no reason to think, oh, there's gonna be a police officer when I go over there. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone. In his mind, it was possible they had already run a check on his phone. And he went into a panic, is what you're saying. I mean, he does seem to be the panicky type. Exactamundo. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform. That fool! Mr. Payne, do you have any comments? I'm thinking. Seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are... Oh! Is this going to be your final attempt? Whoa! Oh, he's having a freak out. Not bad for a person with a third-rate education. I'm pretty sure Phoenix went to law school. What's that supposed to mean? The evidence Evidence? Ugh, that guy's really creeping me out. All you've been waving around and talking about is that suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number this, suspicious con group that. They're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence? You want proof that this phone is yours? I already told you earlier. That phone I lost, I've already found it. You don't even have the slightest idea who the phone in your hand belongs to. But you can be sure it isn't mine, you simpleton. What? Feels good to see you squirm. Huh. We do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence. Your Honor. Oh, this is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. This cell phone. There has to be something I'm overlooked. So there's gotta be, maybe. Fingerprints on the phone? Maybe we can Dustin prints? I got it. We should check for fingerprints. Fingerprints? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone. Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from Maggie, you wiped it off. What? You said there was sand all over it, so I wiped it? Pretty thoroughly, too. It's oh so much fun watching third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves. He's made a complete recovery. How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here. You see? Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the numbers stored on this phone. And why can't I not? It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared. You've got to be joking. Erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence? Mr. Wellington. What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? Oh, you are too much. And of course, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh my God! I remember! You jiggity-checked the wrong phone when you tried to murderize me. Well, I don't know if it was murder, but either way, it's assault of a lawyer. Huh, looks like they hung up. Ah, good. He called it to make sure that it was his. And then went kerthump. Oh, we done here, son. So that's when. What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes? Nick, we've worked so hard to get this far, but you don't do something quick, he's gonna get off scot-free. I know. I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that? I have an idea, Mr. Wright. If you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basis. Is it indictment or indictment? I'm guessing it's indictment. Has no basis, and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short. Where did I go wrong? Don't worry. There's one piece of evidence we haven't used yet that's gonna solve it all. Don't blame yourself. You're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who I am? The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. If that will be all, I'll have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town. Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go at that? Shut all your butts. I'm not done. All right, Nick. I think I may be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright? Everything. Your Honor, the cross-examination has already ended. Besides, the defense is just going to badger the witness with more inane questions. You will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright? Oh, you want me to figure out and tell you the answer without asking him a single question? Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Fine, I don't need it. Please, Your Honor. Very well. But this is your last chance, Mr. Wright. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. I only got one shot at this. If you cannot prove everything, it's over for your client and for you. Because as you all know, just because we've proven that the defendant clearly didn't do it, doesn't mean anything if you can't also find the person who did it in the exact same trial. Which means we'll have to trial her for it and give her a guilty verdict anyway, because this law system is completely borked. Ow, what? I'm sure you are well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended. Were you paying attention, Mr. Bain? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence. Oh. Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. All right, I got it. Now, Judge, here's my card. Oh, thank you. How nice. Here, please have one of mine. It's written in fancy script. The ink is strong and clear, but I still can't read it. Wait, what am I doing? Isn't that time to be exchanging business cards? Your Honor, there's something very important about that card, and that is the back of the card. That's Phoenix's cell phone number, which means if you were to call it, you just might, and I dare say you just might, hear someone's phone ring, and it ain't the one I'm holding. This card is important because of what is on the back. You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone? Eh? Right now? The court is still in session. It's okay. You'll see. Okay, if you say so. Hey, there you go. You got your own model. Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright? We're going to call my cell phone now. And then the court will see everything for what it is. Of all the idiotic, stupid things to... Well, that's a significantly more amazing little ringtone. One befitting of a spiky-haired lawyer. Why is my phone? And what is with this stupid-sounding ringtone? Beep. Mr. Wellington? How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone. You're... No. It can't. By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say, when you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. I'd scream that, but I don't want to wake up anybody in the house. Oh, also this man appears to be strangling. Okay, oh. Someone might want to resuscitate him. I think he might die if you don't. So that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington. He's a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. And in order to hide his involvement with the con artist's group, well, it's pretty obvious what he had to do. He's become paranoid and has lost all ability to make rational judgments. Then, Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding, bada bing, bada boom. It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bride. Bada boom, bada bing. Phoenix Wright, solving murder crimes, even when he's got amnesia, 'cause he's that damn good. That is all. Court is adjourned. Whoop, whoop! Tutorial mission or not, that's actually a very impressive feat for Phoenix, I have to say. He's a very good lawyer. Aw, you're adorable. I knew that you really would shine through eventually. I'm so moved by what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me. Huh? My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it? Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, excuse me, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and never won or even tied a game of tic-tac-toe. My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters. That is, pretty bad. How did you fall out of the 9th story of a building as a 6-month-old, and how are you not dead? That sounds like some Milo Murphy levels of bad luck resulting in things ultimately still kind of working out for you. I mean, it didn't really work out for Dustin, but, you know, that's not really the conversation at the moment. Up until I went to college, I was known as the Goddess of Misfortune. And then, at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless? That's just cruel. What's worse is that my misfortune always seemed to latch on to those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help. Oh, that's right, you were talking about that earlier. It happened again recently too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand, and before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house. Oh. I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me. That's not true. That glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything is all my fault. Dustin's death, your head being all messed up. Well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet. I'm gonna find a new life for myself starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir. Yeah, after all, the Goddess of Misfortune is only a name. You bet! I'm gonna make it, I promise. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess. Yeah, realistic expectations. Set that goal. Oh, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you. I hope I do get to see you again. Thanks. You take care of yourselves too. What a horrible day. I've gotten my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy. But you're okay, and that's what counts. Really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office. I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So this might sound bad, but, who are you? What? I thought you said you got your memory back. Hang on, let me flex my brain. At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe. He's someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases, but he's also been a good ally during others. The Judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who's easily swayed by other people's opinions. But in the end, he always comes up with the right verdict, assuming, you know, everyone else is doing the correct thing. This person? I haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but I don't know, maybe he's mistaking me for someone else? Ha! Get wrecked, son. And this girl. Maya? You finally remembered. This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right. I have so many unforgettable memories about her. Remember when we were both tased in an evidence locker? Good times. For example, Earth to Nick. What's wrong? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you've missed me. Well, yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Oh. Well, I'm back now. So it's time for us to create new memories together. All right, sounds good. All the phone numbers on my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. I guess I have to start over from the very beginning. Come on, Nick! Let's go to our usual burger joint. Okay. Actually, it hasn't even been that long since she came back into my life. Yes, because she went away. And that story began on one rainy afternoon 2 months ago. Ah, yes, well, I was there. I saw that. And I guess that's what we're going to be doing next time. Bing, bang, boom. Hope you guys had a super fantabulously wonderful time. In the next part, A new trial. Phoenix has his memory back, which means we're back at full strength, which means we're probably going to have to do investigative work, which is always difficult for me. Ha ha! See you then.